Moreira! ¡Oh! ¡Por favor! ¡Gol!
Liam Rosenior is rapidly emerging as a serious candidate for Chelsea's next head coach. But what makes this even more interesting is how his Strasbourg side refuses to sit back against top opponents, even against one of the best teams in the world, PSG. Strasbourg didn't just survive, they scored 3 goals. Despite PSG's aggressive high press, Strasbourg didn't retreat or abandon their ideas. Instead, they found solutions within their attacking structure and continued to play forward. So how did they do it? What attacking ideas allowed Strasbourg to consistently hurt PSG under pressure? In this video, we'll break down Strasbourg's attacking patterns in detail and show exactly why Rosenior's offensive approach is earning serious recognition. To understand Strasbourg's attacking responses, we first need to examine PSG's defensive organization. PSG primarily maintain a compact 5-4-1 block when defending below the halfway line. When ball progression is directed toward the flank, they compress the horizontal space even further, preventing the ball from entering the block through central areas. If Strasbourg recycle possession with a backward pass and move the ball back behind the halfway line, PSG immediately adjust their approach. Midfielders and fullbacks who had dropped into the defensive line jump forward to apply pressure, transitioning quickly into a man-oriented press. Unlike many teams that apply man-to-man pressure only on the ball side, PSG often commit to an almost full man-oriented approach, aggressively marking nearly every nearby option. This collective jump creates intense pressure and aims to disrupt Strasbourg's build-up at its source. Strasbourg struggled against PSG's full man-oriented press, committing several errors during the build-up phase. In particular, whenever they became trapped in deep areas, PSG's pressing traps were triggered, making progression even more difficult. To deal with this, Strasbourg identified 2 main solutions. The first was to avoid building up through short combinations in congested central areas. Instead, they aimed to stretch the pitch as much as possible, using constant movement to create space and then exploit it. To achieve this, they first widened their structure and circulated the ball toward the flank. Once the fullback received possession, he carried the ball forward as far as possible. At the same time, a midfielder made a support run to open a passing lane. From there, Strasbourg quickly combined with the wide attacker through short combination play, exploiting the left flank and progressing into more advanced areas. The second solution was to draw the opponent forward and then exploit space with long balls. The sequence begins in the mid-third. Through a series of backward passes, Strasbourg deliberately pull the rival's compact block toward their own half. Once the ball is eventually played back to the goalkeeper, a long ball is delivered forward. At this moment, the winger, who had slightly dropped deeper, times his run to attack the space in behind. After winning the aerial duel, the ball is directed toward a supporting attacker, arriving to collect the second ball. Immediately after, 2 midfielders make aggressive forward runs into the vacated space to continue the attack. A similar pattern appears in the next sequence. With forward passing lanes blocked, Strasbourg once again recycled possession backward to draw the opponent higher. The defender who receives the return pass then plays a direct long ball toward the forward line. Although the supporting runner arrives slightly late to contest the second ball, Strasbourg still win the aerial duel. The ball is then played directly into the path of an attacker, making a run on the opposite side, allowing the attack to continue in advanced areas. There was essentially one clear attacking solution for Strasbourg to deal with PSG's intense pressing in the attacking phase. Play long balls or direct passes forward, then finish the attack as quickly as possible. The sequence begins with a long ball from the goalkeeper. After receiving the ball, the wide attacker quickly combines with a forward making a central run, returning the ball with a through pass into space. With PSG already drawn toward the ball, significant space opens up behind the defensive line. Although the pass travels slightly longer than intended, the second-line midfielders are already arriving aggressively into the area. The forward recognizes the run and times the pass into the path of the arriving midfielder, leading directly to a shot. A similar pattern appears in the next sequence, once again starting with a long ball. Through good positioning, Strasbourg win the second ball and carry it forward, drawing the attention of 3 defenders. This movement forces the right-sided defender to leave space on the left flank. The midfielder then delivers a well-timed pass into that space. The wide attacker successfully penetrates deep through individual quality. Meanwhile, the presence of a centrally positioned striker occupies both center-backs, drawing their focus. Instead of crossing toward the striker, the ball is delivered to a late-arriving runner, who is able to finish with a free header. The final sequence follows the same principle. The goalkeeper plays a long ball into the space behind PSG's high defensive line. Not only the primary target striker, but also the left-sided attacker moves quickly toward the drop zone to contest the second ball. Although Strasbourg lose the initial aerial duel, they recover the second ball and immediately drive forward. Recognizing that the striker is completely free in the box, the wide player delivers an early cross, which ultimately leads to a goal. The same principle applies in transition situations. After regaining possession, the objective is to finish the attack as quickly as possible. This sequence begins in the final third. During the opponent's build-up, Strasbourg block all nearby passing lanes, forcing the defender to look for a pass toward the right-sided defender. At that moment, the attacker steps in aggressively, reblocks the passing lane, and successfully intercepts the ball. In the resulting moment of chaos, the opponent's defensive line is already disorganized, and multiple defenders immediately rush toward the ball carrier. Strasbourg exploit this by first drawing pressure toward the possessor, releasing the pass, and then repeating the same principle, attracting defenders once again before playing into the free space. A teammate makes a well-timed run into that space, receives the final pass, and completes the move with a goal.